Great.
The ordinance also. The select board would need to approve that. We'd have to approve it in order for it to get on the warrant, right?
Right,
So I don't see that as a, I mean, I'm not in a position to tell them this right now, but, I don't see that as a, I don't see that as an issue. You have a chance to see these as they came back?
The ordinances?
Yes.
No, I like it.
I sent them all to you.
Yeah, I just want to look at the final.
Well, I'm just looking at the final now. I can show you the road one because I just get done looking at it.
Oh, that's just one thing,
Yeah.
more private
Yeah,
driveways,
and
more private
here
roads.
is, here's the beach ordinance, but I've only got this one copy.
Oh,
So I can't hand it over to you because I don't have a copy of it.
It's the same thing we sent you.
so it's with this MRSA in there. And this out, okay, and in accordance with town of Hartford car insurance parking. And, okay, so they just have to talk about.
I didn't
Yeah,
either.
how
I
come
didn't know
that's
what we
in
needed
here?
to.
No, this is not.
I didn't bring
Yeah,
much
but why
of
is
anything
it
with me
fees in
either.
there?
But
Well, because we have to ask. I took them out
Right.
in the copy I sent to you. Yeah, I did.
I'm not the one that lives where.
No. The one that went to the lawyer had no fees. The lawyer put that in. We decided no fees, right?
No,
Know what?
you could put.
I didn't bring my laptop.
No fees?
We decided not to list fees for the beach. It used to, or maybe we didn't. I don't know. It's underlined, so it looks like a change.
section,
Section 7 enforcement. That's what I'm worried about, that it's not gonna go in there right. They
Okay.
underlined that and
This is-
struck out.
Yeah, but it's.
that's fines and fees. But we didn't say that there was no fee to use the beach.
No, we didn't, that isn't in the ordinance. That's something you guys have to
Right,
decide.
well,
It was fees that they.
If they broke the rules.
Yeah.
There used to be exorbitant amounts, like
Fines,
$1,000
fines.
and towing, and we
Right,
don't
that's
have
what
a
we took out.
contract.
We took out $25 to $1,000. Now it's 25 to 100. That was the ordinance committee change.
so what you're talking about is fines for violation rather than fees.
Yeah, fine, okay, I don't.
Okay,
I wish I had my laptop.
So I see severability.
That's
Is
it.
there a way by looking at this that I can know what the lawyer suggested and
This is from the lawyer. I just don't remember us leaving any amounts in there, but maybe we did. You know, my memory.
I don't remember.
I just don't remember that. And it's underlined, which makes me suspect they did it. Whose laptop is that? Maybe we can look up what I emailed.
yeah, it's mine, knock yourself out. It should be charged, but I don't know.
I mean, if I did, I did. But that's why I'm here, because there's been some confusion. I misunderstood Leanne and sent a whole bunch of stuff to her she didn't ask for. Sorry about that, Leanne.
It was fine, but you have to have it underlined what's added and.
Well, we changed the beach ordinance significantly, and that's what I sent you. There was stuff taken out, there was stuff replaced. All we've got now is the changes the lawyer made. That's
So
document I
this
sent.
right here, anything that's underlined in this document is what the lawyers have said.
No, I went back to the original ordinance that's in place right now and put all of the changes from everybody.
Right,
And underlined
which
them.
is why we have the cross out part.
I may have crossed out things that, are added somewhere else, but it was.
Did
all
I get
changed.
to my Gmail on here, Lee?
I don't see why not. Go to the bottom and get on a browser. Go, or
Okay.
click on Chrome and go to your, that's the browser that is the
Okay.
better.
Okay. All right, here's another account.
It's 7 out.
So I just pulled one. So before I call the meeting to order, I just want to ask quickly, this solar presentation that's going to happen here. I'm assuming that Steve Ellsman paid for it, therefore it's being paid for by somebody in town. Correct? Are they going to be covering insurance?
I already have it, yeah.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that they weren't like, because I don't want anybody giving me any grief about that.
Luckily, I saved my passwords. The problem is that this ordinance, as it reads, does not address all the changes that the ordinance committee and the select board together made. It only, it's rewritten, but you don't see what was there before. Beach ordinance was very different. For example, we took out the beach recreation.
So when
That is the original.
take a look at what I have here.
That's the
Take a look at
original
what
with all
I'm
the
looking
changes.
at.
But you're saying changes have to be underlined and,
From the original that's in place right now, we have to show every change.
okay, see, I didn't see this. This is what I sent you.
Right.
How we
The
phrased it.
The cross out is the original.
Okay,
and
so,
the underline should be the new.
okay, so
correct,
that's
right?
not what I
We
got.
still have
But
people
that, this
going-
is what I was hoping for, because we took out
That's how.
beach recreation
That's how I pretty
committee.
much insisted on it, because if you don't have the strikeout and the underline, you can't know what's new and what isn't.
Right, right.
Okay?
But that's not what I got
Okay,
back.
well,
I got
time-
back just what the
Time
lawyers
is
did.
a wasting. It
Okay, let me have
is
that back then.
7:07. This one here.
Yeah.
So
Just call
this
it to
is-
order.
Yeah, I'll call the meeting to order at 7:07.
Okay, so that is what I sent. That's what I was worried about. What I sent, what didn't exist, because all I got was.
That
the lawyers
exists.
stuff.
Okay, is this the one we were just looking at? Yeah, okay, so start out with, in our unfinished business, we have the town, pardon me? Bob has a question. Robert. Okay. Bob, you have a question? You are muted.
You have a question, Bob?
Okay, let's carry on with the meeting, and if he decides to join us, then we'll take his question. Okay, so first of all, we have this, we have the town report dedication, which are here somewhere.
Where he is.
Yeah, okay, what does that say? That says from Robert LaRue. Now there's a chat message. Chat messages just really don't work well with this format. No, and I don't have a mic. Very good. It seemed like your hand was raised, so. Great, so town report dedication. Thank you for your work on this, Susan. The one thing I think I'd like to, there is one thing I think I'd like to change on it. And that is, it says the Hartford Food Bank, this is the second, like, close to the end. Hartford Food Bank stayed at the town hall until it merged with the Sumner Food Bank. And what I think I'd like to say, have it say is at the East Sumner Congregational Church, period. Because I can tell you right now, the ones who were running the Sumner Food Bank, they don't really want it called Hartford/Sumner Food Bank. It's just still just the Sumner Food Bank. So I'd rather delete that, and that would come up in our select
So
board letter as well.
become the food bank at the East Sumner.
Yeah, until it merged with the Sumner Food Bank at the East Sumner Congregational Church. That way we won't have anybody grousing at us. Or putting something in the town report is for posterity. So I move we accept, with that change, I move we accept this dedication to the town report. Thanks to Susan for putting that together. All in favor? There we go. Okay, so I'm sorry to say, I did not get the town report for the selectmen's the town report, selectmen's report done. And I don't know how you want to deal with that. I mean, I will make myself sit down if I stay here all night. I can sit here and do it, but that doesn't give us the opportunity to approve it as written. I don't know how you'd like to deal with that
We trust your judgment. You usually do a good job.
so far. You know, it still needs to be approved. Would you be okay with having me email it to you and approve it in that way?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's technically right, but you know, better than nothing.
Now what popped up on there?
Restart to install the latest Windows
Oh,
update.
okay.
Just.
Yeah, get that out of
Just
it. Mine does that
click.
all the time. Yeah.
Here.
Don't I hate when it decides to
Yeah, it's always when you're busy with
itself.
something. Yes, I'm telling you. In any case, so, okay. Okay, certification of amended road standards ordinance. I move that we certify the road standards ordinance as it is presented here. And we have it on the, do we have something to sign here?
Yeah. I was
Can
just
I
waiting
get
for
a second?
a second.
All in favor? Right, thank you for that.
Your Thanksgiving that wants you to sign into something. And I can't get out of my
Oh,
email.
screw them.
Yeah, I can't get rid of it.
You don't have Microsoft passwords. Screw those guys.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just screw them. Just a moment. Oh, for God's sake. You see why I hate this machine.
Yeah, I hate mine too.
You know, if I never saw anything else from
Sound like a mom.
Microsoft,
I hate when they keep changing Facebook on us all the time.
Ah,
God, they make it harder and harder all the time.
I'm still worried about this in Germany.
I don't have a beach on.
Oh.
She does.
Oh, okay.
I'm in my ordinance stuff again.
I can bring my laptop and shit because I know what I did on it and I can't get to it on mine. It's because it wants me to reference.
Yeah, 'cause
my-
all I got is just the.
It wants me to reference my thumb drive.
You should have the beach ordinance in there. So I
Did
gave
I?
all of them to you.
I didn't see it. That's why
Um,
I
First time to read it.
Honest to God, I'm not sure I can do it.
I know, just restart it. I just wanted to get out of my Gmail to not inconvenience you.
This one's the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like I could make this smaller, but I can't make it smaller. All I can do is make it go sideways.
It just won't let me get out.
You know, and you see why I can't stand,
Oh,
no.
McPhee.
No.
There it
Oh,
is.
John McPhee. You got McPhee?
McAfee, no, I don't have any of it. I don't have any of
I'll
it.
give this right back.
And that's, you know, and they're just pestering me because they want me to sign up for
Yeah.
another monthly bill.
I have
In any case,
web read mine. They're good.
are you all done with this then, Lenny?
Yeah, I just wanted to get out of my email for you. But it won't let me. I just restarted.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yes, shut it off. That's what I do.
I've never had another Microsoft product. It was soon enough.
Did you all sign the paper?
Is it in front of me? There we go, sorry. No, I was getting distracted by that business. Yeah, my son.
Ninth.
10.
Okay.
So this is what was sent to you, Lenny?
Wow.
So this is, so you weren't able to see,
The beach ordinance?
yeah, this is what was sent to you?
No, this is what I sent to Leanne, and then she added the lawyer's changes. Only I put a whole bunch of explanation in, because I thought I had to.
And they made changes like changing the beach recreation committee to health and safety. And severability.
Do you want me to get the lawyer, what I sent to the lawyer and his comments before I?
Not necessarily, as long as, I guess, I feel like as long as I know that the lawyer has gone over it and
Right.
approved it, because that's always one of the first questions at town meeting is, well, has the lawyer seen it? And what did they say?
I thought I emailed it to everyone. You didn't get the email the other day?
Probably, I ain't got my phone with me.
Yeah. Now, okay, keep reading and tell me if you see anything you don't remember.
If the lawyers looked at it, I think it's good.
Probably so. Solar power initiation.
Yeah. And we made it health and safety. All of that, and the lawyers didn't have a problem with it.
Yes, I do have a copy of this, but it doesn't say anything in it about, it doesn't say anything about what the lawyer had to say.
I didn't send you the lawyer.
I don't think so.
So I was just thinking, before we could put that up here,
Mhm.
it's still in there. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
All right, so we're just trying to remember.
Next, we said we're gonna penalize them.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, we said that, we did say that it would be reasonable. I'm pretty sure we did talk.
Okay, I didn't remember that, so I'm glad you did.
2:34.
That's a pretty full meeting, with 2 people on the phones and I climbed the clock.
I know.
I know that means. Yeah, I do remember that.
Good, thank you.
We didn't put a permit cost, because we were determined.
So remember. Thank you.
I called in a lifeline to Nancy. I know, I wonder which one's which. That's when we combine.
That's like administrative. ones.
Do you want me to go copy it?
Ah,
Take that also.
well, if you will go here, if you want to go back to the beach ordinance. Isn't this one? You know something? I'm almost to the point where I'm over email. You know, I mean, really and truly, because there's all these back and forths and they all include everything from the
Yeah, right.
previous.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm sorry, you know, there's gotta be something better than email because I am over it.
That's
Well, they
why,
haven't gotten the spot thing, you know, the Captain Kirk. Where they can communicate.
I gotta tell you, you know.
that's why
it's,
on budget committee, that's why I started a new email with Christine's proposal, because it was such a mess, but everybody stuck with the old one and didn't.
I was so confused about that I really never got the chance to read it until I saw it in things.
Oh.
To German, anyone.
Signature? No, it's signature.
Sure.
Again, I apologize for missing cake. I'm very sorry. I did have cake at my girlfriend's birthday party.
Okay, you know something, I hate to say this, I'm glad you had cake at your girlfriend's birthday party, but I'm really trying to focus on this stuff.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I don't mean to be mean, but. You know, he's got a good point about the road standard ordinance. In regard to proposed changes to the road standard ordinance to exclude private roads. This is a policy question for the town. If the town is neither required nor prohibited from prescribing standards for private roads. Weighing in favor of including private roads in the ordinance are both safety and aesthetic consideration. Certainly having no regulation of private road construction could lead to safety hazards. And we got some pretty good examples of that. I mean, the common grid could be a great example. Right. You know, because they can't get right up in there. Yeah, see, if the decision is made to revise the proposal to exclude private roads, it still makes sense to exclude private driveways. And yeah, it's still up to the individuals to provide for road association, but I'll tell you what, it's the only thing that makes sense.
Is there any chance of the select board letter being approved tonight
Yes,
for me?
yes. Kathy wrote a nice brief letter.
Lenny,
Which guy?
that's it. If you want.
Although I've scribbled on it a little bit.
She typed it.
Or somebody typed it anyway.
Okay,
Yeah,
oh, selectmen's report.
yeah, see, well,
This is-
I've got some changes to
Okay.
it. For one
Isn't
thing,
that the
I
one
said,
from the newspaper?
select board letter. The other thing is, in 2 places it says this year, and I think it should be changed to say since the last issue. Because this is not the annual report.
That's right.
This is, you know,
Right.
we're jumping around on the.
So you're gonna
our
give
agenda, but we're
me,
waiting for something
all right,
right now.
so you're going to give me.
But this is the.
Yeah. The other
Okay.
thing is, in the dedication, we changed Hartford Sumner Hartford Food Bank. And I'm gonna say the food bank at the East Sumner Church
Yeah.
is open on the 1st, just to stay consistent with how they want it to be,
Yes, yes.
right? The other thing is, I would say Jeff Stearns of the Androscoggin River Watershed Council to just to identify who we're talking about, because we know Jeff Stearns by sight. Right. And who he is and what he's done for us, but a lot of people don't have a clue. There will be a free sale held at the Hartford Town Hall on June 4th, 2022, and we better start pulling some volunteers together.
And
It's gonna
the
be a
Hartford
big-
News will
But
be
this
out
isn't
ahead
right
of
either,
it.
because we
Right.
never went to
That's
the
good.
Good Shepherd, so.
That's good. And something that didn't get on our agenda for today,
Yeah, she
And
changed
for
one little
tonight,
thing in her.
what I would like to put on there is to talk about that what Christine put out the other night, explaining the budget to people. I'd like to see that go right in the Hartford News too. But it would have to have it has to have the figures plugged into it.
When they went to Good Shepherd, they picked up USDA food. They didn't get food from Good Shepherd. We didn't. We get it from USDA.
Right,
Which is why I didn't put it in there.
Well, they
No,
get
it was
the
the
one that
report
she
though.
wrote, the one that Kathy wrote.
Gotcha.
You get the town report, don't you, what week
there
before?
are currently 2 or 3 volunteers that travel to the Good Shepherd and Auburn to pick up donated food.
Yeah, but it was USDA food. It didn't come from Good Shepherd.
No, she's not talking about the past, she's talking about currently, there are, as in.
Yeah, she was
current
talking
now.
about
She's talking
Hartford
about
Food Bank.
She's Barney Swan was chosen as the
Yeah.
winner of the Spirit America Award for years of service, Hartford Food. Bank. We would also like to thank the volunteers that worked with her in Hartford. Now it's maybe it should say here, now, let's use the word now here. Now, there are 2 or 3 volunteers that travel to the Good Shepherd in Auburn to pick up donated food. That'll clear it up.
Yep.
So you don't have to worry that they're
So if we
accusing you of going to the Good Shepherd Food Bank. We wouldn't want that.
No.
That would be
we don't-
revisionist history. and
We
can't
we
have
don't
it.
go to the Good Shepherd.
There you go.
We didn't.
What might happen?
Revisionist history,
That's right.
except in Texas.
It was Madge's idea. not to
In
do
any
Good
case,
Shepherd.
so, whatever. It's history now. So, so it doesn't say anything here about, it says town report, but it doesn't say anything about approving the select board letter on our agenda, but I'd like to add that. That's item number 7.
All right, Lenny's Beach, attorney's beach. And the original beach is in here. Lenny, attorney.
Thank you so much.
This is the administrative from the lawyer.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's good, and I just got confused because of what I sent you.
Yeah, well, we want it right, so.
It's all good, it's all good. Yes, we should have many sets of eyes in the statutory.
Absolutely.
This one has 2.
No.
Thank you. Yep.
So it's really with the beach, on the beach ordinance, that's not really not very many recommended changes.
No,
So congratulations on that.
lawyers are kind.
Yeah, well, no, that means that means that the committee's done its job.
We
This
worked hard,
is the original if you want to.
we worked very hard on both of these big ordinances. Like I said, I just got confused because there were so many emails, so many versions. But it looks
I
good.
hear you.
That's what I typed last.
Yeah.
That's what's there, but I also sent a copy of all that we, yeah, in my parentheses, but Leanne knows how that's to be done. Don't have what's underlined.
So people can see what the.
Right, right. When we hold
Yeah, make them simple.
Yeah, so I move we certify the proposed changes, proposed ordinance, the amended beach ordinance.
I'll second it.
With the fees, the lawyer did put fees in there.
Yep, I see that.
Maybe we
The,
can't,
the fines,
right,
the fine
maybe,
of less than $25.
maybe it's
$100.
required to be in there.
Yep, you can see that I did not, that's why I was confused.
Mhm.
No, so we talked about towing, we talked about.
Right. And we didn't do towing because you have to have a
In someone, right, we didn't know why.
You know, because the complications with having really towing is so great.
We did lots of.
Yeah, because the other one,
In any
the
case,
other one had 25 to 1,000, so.
You see, we did not as a committee put any fees in there. I knew we did,
But the lawyer
but
did
the lawyer did.
So
for
that it
a
puts some
reason.
parameters as.
I don't know, maybe so that it would have teeth. You know, because, you know, the fact of the matter is, I mean, passing ordinances that have no teeth is
Yeah.
more or less worthless.
Repercussions.
Well, we talked about how times change and amounts change and, I mean, I know all of us.
I know, where did they get the 1,000 for the one in the old one? I mean,
Well,
that's
that gives you
kind
room to grow.
of
Well,
steep, you know, it was.
Or up to.
Yeah,
I guess that was, that room, yeah, whatever.
I
In any case.
am not married to any amount because.
It's a 20th time getting a citation.
Well, what it says here is it's citation subject to a fine of not less than $25 or more than $100.
Should we make it more?
But what about the second sentence? Next one.
That such person will also be responsible for the town's attorney's fees and costs incurred in enforcing this ordinance? Hell, yeah.
Which would be how much?
Well, hard telling, lawyers ain't cheap. If we have to hire a lawyer to go to court,
Okay, now I see.
if the town has to hire a
Yeah.
lawyer, you were talking about the town, we're talking about the taxpayer. The taxpayer is hiring a lawyer to go to court, to take somebody to court because they've been a bad actor at the town beach. What, we're supposed to take it on the chin? I don't think so.
You know, if people are at the town beach 10 times with no sticker, it ought to be more than $25.
As long as we enforce it.
Yes. That's why we said.
Well, and the other thing is that, you know, I mean, I don't think it has to be in the ordinance, that there would be some consideration whether this is the first time somebody's,
Right, first
Or
time.
this-
that's just
or
why
second
it's
time, or-
gradually come out.
you know, I would have to assume so.
Does the alternatively, the select board or other authorized agent or agents are hereby authorized to enter into administrative consent agreements for resolving violations and recovering fines? So like, could you decide?
I think that basically means that if somebody comes to the town and says, you know, I don't know, I didn't mean it, I can't afford it. Whatever,
Okay,
that we would have the right to make an administrative decision to, I don't know, let somebody off the hook or agree out of court. I think administrative, I'm pretty sure what this means, this administrative consent agreement is basically, we decided to do something out of court,
right.
which frankly, I would prefer to do
Oh, yeah.
every single
So
time.
wouldn't everybody else?
So if we wanted to have teeth, is the
Well,
upper
most
number
folks.
high enough?
What?
If you're gonna put in numbers, is the upper number high enough if you want teeth in it? I imagine that's why the lawyer put it in. I knew we did it. That's
Right,
all.
no, I understand. I don't know. What do you think, Lloyd?
If they keep breaking the rules, they're gonna get $100 fine every time they break the rules. If they don't,
That's true,
that's-
because it's
It's
25
gonna go up every
$200.
time.
Yeah.
They'll make it so.
well, maybe the first time 25, if they do it again, it'll be 15, do it again, keep it going
Yeah,
up.
because it's 25 to 100, yeah, let it go. I'm
Yeah.
not married.
You know,
to
I guess I'd have to say that I'm willing to agree with Dan Stockford. He has shown that he has very good common sense on these things in the past.
So,
So,
I just was so surprised that they injected it in mouth.
so the individual that we hire
If you should.
to keep an eye on this. Is he gonna report back to the constable to issue these citations?
individual that we hire, oh, you're not talking about that, the constable, you're talking about some other person. Have we actually budgeted enough to hire?
Not yet.
Hire a person?
Not yet.
For,
I mean, you know.
we put like $2,600 in there or something.
Yeah. You put it in there, but
Which will cover a constable anyway, but is that gonna cover somebody? No, he doesn't make that much, but it's not gonna cover very much time of somebody else. minding the beach either. So I don't know, but I would assume, because having somebody just down there minding the beach, if we have another person watching the beach other than a constable, I would think they would have to work with the constable, because the constable is gonna be the only person who's actually authorized to write citations. Right?
But we could have tear off tags that says, no permit, please go to town office and access your permit. That goes on people's windshields or,
That's better than butterfly sticky notes.
and, how many people, I went to Buckfield this morning and there was a state trooper in the fire department parking lot. Because he's in there once or twice a week, because I know he's gonna be in there once or twice a week, I go 25. I don't know when he's gonna be there, but he could be there anytime. And that's what I think we need at the beach, is someone who's gonna be intermittently checking, so they don't know when they're gonna.
That we did.
Yeah, we did.
I do it all.
Have you ever used the beach?
I have a beach, so no. I did it though,
There
I
you go.
checked it all out.
There you go. That's what the
That's wrong.
that's what our constable does. It's he's, of course, and he's there somewhat random, but it's mostly weekends, because that's when people are there the most.
I'll tell you, I used to go often last summer, because I swim all the time, and at least half of the cars had no stickers.
But
So I would have got license plates.
we had a tear off
Somebody
tag
said it
and
was
put it on
illegal.
there and.
Yes, we had a tear off sticky thing.
I don't know what you mean about a tear off, frankly,
So it's a pack paper.
but you know something? Tonight is not the night to figure this out.
Okay.
Tonight is the night to certify these ordinances and all of us go home, possibly even when it's light out.
Go ahead.
So let's carry on with what we're doing and save our wonderful, great thinking for another time. Right? Okay, so do you have any other questions about this? Is there anything else in this ordinance kind of sticks in your craw or anything? No. Got the severability clause. Okay, then I move, I think I may have already made the motion in fact, that we certify the proposed amended beach ordinance
I second it.
With the fees.
with
the fees.
as written.
Turn you on.
I second it.
All in favor?
Yep.
There we go. Moving right along, the whispering section over there. My God,
Sorry,
you guys,
this is how I was in school. I got
don't doubt that for
my
a
face
minute.
set.
Okay, so, but meanwhile,
Not me.
hush up, or you're gonna have to go see the principal.
Quiet.
That's you. I don't doubt you for a minute. You girls are gonna have to go out and stand in the hallway.
We're doing the road one now.
No, we did do a little.
Oh, did we?
Yes, we did, and it was signed. Okay.
Okay,
She has that.
she's a mile on my way.
We are looking, yeah, that's what I'm piling the finished work over
Yep.
there. Right now, what we're looking at is the administrative ordinance.
Did you guys sign the beach?
Yeah, didn't I just pass it back to you?
Right. So where's the road one? Do you already have it?
Yes, you do.
All right.
Okay, don't panic.
Leanne, so you guys are screwing me over.
Okay.
She's just got no form and fix stuff going on.
I know.
the amended copy, because this one's been already amended by what the attorney wrote on that one. I'm looking at them both at the same time here.
Yeah. Do you want the original too? It's in the book.
No, I'm just saying the ones, places there where he's made changes have already been made changes over on this one.
Right, because Margaret added things that he said not to add. So we have to show the original that's in place now, all changes to be voted on. And he said not to add what she had put in.
This one. This one's really good. I'm looking at, this one and then the attorney ones, and I see that they've already been made, the changes
Right,
that he wrote.
right. I made them.
Oh, okay. So it looks pretty good. Yeah, I've read that old one too many times. How many copies have we got at home? Get done being selectmen, that's all I'm gonna go by.
Are you talking about the administrative or shoreline?
I'm still looking at administrative. And that's what we're on the agenda.
Administrator, oh, that's that too.
All right, so this is a whole new file. I thought we were looking at shoreline, so I was looking at. So we don't have to do any underlining or anything because it's all new.
No, it's not an amendment.
Right.
So I'm actually to assume that when I see a strikeout here, this is also the lawyer's suggestion to take the municipal claim deeds for such property may be executed.
Are you looking at this copy or?
Gonna say everything's all been changed?
Yeah, attorney copy, yes.
Everything's already been changed in the copy she gave us. I'm looking at them side by side.
Yes,
Yeah, that's never been, voted, it was voted down last year. We fixed the issues.
Yeah, I'm looking at the new one. Both at the same time.
Richard Dyer here. I just sent a message that you need to read, please.
Not exactly sure what I understood about the food bank discussion. But I mentioned to Polly that there was one, she said there are 2 separate bank accounts and so forth. And there is Hartford Food Bank, Sumner Food Bank, maybe that needs more discussion.
Has nothing to do with you guys, right?
I think it might have to do with the select board
Volunteers.
letter. It says the Sumner Hartford Food Bank is, so maybe it should say the Sumner and or we should just say the Hartford Food Bank is open on the 1st and 3rd Fridays.
You're talking about the letter, Richard?
Well, you were discussing, so I didn't know whether it was a letter or an ordinance or what the heck you were discussing. I know that she requested, Polly requested money, through the town meeting for the food. And I thought that's what it was about. But that's why I said I wasn't really sure what I was hearing. but all I know was that I heard something about
Thank you for that.
the name Hartford being a limit.
Thank you for
I
that.
thought I understood, I
Okay.
thought he understood the name Hartford being eliminated, and that's what I mentioned.
Right,
Paul,
so thank you for that, but we're gonna keep on
Issue is-
moving forward on the issue that we're on now.
on,
I made a change on my scribbles here, so thank you for that.
okay, I guess Paulie's here now if you want to ask her a question.
We're gonna change that, Polly, in the letter.
You change it to what, though?
Okay,
I
it said, you know something, I really don't want to have to turn away from what I'm doing to go back, but I will.
Okay, that's all right. Lee, give me a call when you get home.
Okay. It'll be all good.
I'll email it to you. You can.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to get that. I guess you and Paulie will take care of that, Lee. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the change I made here is just to say, keep the name Hartford. The Hartford Food Bank is open the first and third Fridays of each month at the East Sumner Food Bank.
I'm just gonna email it to you because it's for the newsletter. You guys can.
Yeah.
Why would we want to keep it just Hartford? When it's both towns.
Because it's not the Hartford Sumner Food Bank. There's the Sumner Food Bank and the Hartford Food
Right.
Bank, and they have separate bank accounts.
Yeah,
Therefore,
right.
you
That's what
shouldn't
she
call it
says.
Hartford/Sumner.
Because when I
And
gave her
and
the
they're
money,
actually quite fussy about that.
because when I gave her the money, it was for Hartford residents only, I told her so.
So what do I put on the town report cover? The Hartford Food Bank with all the summer people on it. Have
Cover
Sumner
should be-
Hartford.
The cover should be both of them.
Maybe you should just say the food bank at the East Sumner Church.
Just say Kathy's in the picture.
Yeah,
So
there's
is
Hartford
Paul-
people in
I
there
don't know
too.
if Polly's in it.
Polly is in there. Polly's in
Do you
there.
want Paulie back now, or do you want to wait till we talk with her after?
No, don't hassle her now.
Well, you're going to talk to her though, right?
She wants me to call her when I come home.
Thank you.
Set a reminder to call Polly when I leave the town of Hartford's home. Okay, well, I'll just been over this and all of the changes and they look acceptable to me. What do you
Me
think?
too.
Do they look acceptable to you? Okay, I move that we approve the administrative ordinance part 2.
I'll second.
Or that we certify the administrative ordinance part 2. All in
I'll
favor?
second it.
Yep. Moving right along.
Do you want the DEP's changes initial, or is it, did I put it in?
haven't got that far.
I had to delete 3 of her sentences that she put in and I had to add one. I can go print it off, it's just like 62 pages.
I don't want 62 pages. It's like, oh my God.
Margaret, Peggy saw it, I sent it to the planning board.
Yeah.
Do we have to sign anything on that one that we just did?
So what would you, can you like remember off the top of your head, what were the sentences that required deletion?
I'll go print those pages.
Don't we have to?
Just
sign-
those pages.
Don't we have to sign something?
Yes, yeah, we do, but
For the administrative,
Yeah. for
it should be
the-
here somewhere. Is that
Is
it?
that it? Is
I
that,
had a
her copy, or is that the one that we got signed?
no,
I had a clip on it.
did you pass it to us? I think this is just the copy I had to look at.
Shirley and.
No,
I just gave it to you, didn't I?
Administrative evidence part 2.
Yeah.
Well, I get this.
What's
Yeah.
under there?
That's it. It's where? Oh, is
That's
this- is this it? Oh, just say, sorry about that.
Yeah,
Panic.
let's get it. Find them, get it done.
Was this just a copy?
It's like, when I think about you, so many years working full time, how do you ever keep your head screwed on?
I don't.
Well, make sure it's over there.
If I could figure out my phone like you do, it would remind me of blah, 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 blah.
Wasn't that was sharp though, right?
Yeah. Things I still don't know on that phone.
I can show you how to do that. It's actually not that hard.
Holy cow, I can't even remember.
I've actually only just started using the reminders that way, and I'll tell you what. I was supposed to pick something up from Tom Hamilton. I didn't get there yesterday because of the dog class, because I forgot. And so I talked to my phone, I said, set a reminder to stop and pick that box up at Tom's. So, and remind me when I am passing through the town of Canton. And so I got a reminder when I'm passing through Canton, which is just not enough time to remind me to turn on Canton. Because they were still had paper machines in the way when I got there. Tell you what,
But your phone knew you were who came. No kidding.
because I use the maps.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
so I get location.
yeah.
Wow. Listen, some people are way too paranoid about being tracked. I don't give a
I
rat's
got that,
ass.
they call it 360.
Yeah, I don't give a rat's ass.
Pam can
They won't
tell
track.
where I am and
There you go. Well, you know, if I should ever have them get lost, it'd be very handy. Yeah, Leanne's probably very pissed at me because I really don't see my emails these days. I just get like.
yeah,
I get
me
swamped.
too.
And the
I save them
size-
all.
The size of the fucking screen is like, you know, it is tiny,
I save them all.
you know? So it's like something like this, it's like looking at this, it's like. Open that exposure, I get down here and there's all of those things copied over and over and over.
I
and
got a
over and over
folder.
again.
I made myself a folder, Town of Hartford.
Yeah.
So I just
Yes, I have.
go in there.
I
and
have
the
moved that many.
other day I looked and had 2020. Oh my God, I guess I'm gonna delete
Oh,
these.
shit. Well, the thing is, the town ones, you're not supposed to ever delete that stuff, but at least I could have, like, at least if I looked at them. But, you know, so I have something like this and it's so like, when they have something with an attachment on it,
Yeah.
like, let's see if I can find the attachments. So I have something like this, says here's the amended ordinance. Look how big that is. Yep. I can turn it sideways and make it a little bit bigger, but it's still, oh man.
You go,
And even then, what pain in the ass. Then you get go. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm old fashioned. I want it on paper. Well, I see an awful lot of crossed out stuff. You know, she said it's not an amendment, it's a new ordinance, but there's not a lot of crossed out stuff. Yeah, that's good.
This one hasn't been done over.
What's that?
So that, this one has been done over then,
Dragons talks that we're talking.
just where everything's still crossed out on.
Yeah, I got a lot of crossed outs.
Only did one of those.
That's okay.
This is the red. Red is delete. So, and the page numbers are down there. And the lighter ones
Thank you so much.
are to be added.
Okay,
It's supposed to be yellow.
so this is,
I gave you the signed copies.
okay, so the part that was deleted has to do with repeal of municipal timber harvesting regulation. And is it replaced by anything?
There's a yellow, I don't know, I didn't see where that was addressed, but I gave you some paper there. It's not, it's understanding.
Freaking sure, I can't wait till this is just adopted. Freaking, oh my God.
The originals and- oh, good for me, good. I don't know what you want.
Yeah, no, it's all.
You're smirking. See Kathy smirking.
Oh, and those two are like the giggle sisters over there.
Gallery, I need
I'm
those.
telling you. So this yellow that was this to be added is
Right.
from the
DEP.
DEP, yeah.
What page is that?
That is page 43.
Just wanna make sure. I have it.
43. C. Section 5.
Yeah.
And was it Colin Powell or Colin Clark who said that we have to delete these sentences?
He's the one who approves it in the end. after.
If he said it, by God, you know, it's as good as.
And I still, I'm
Good as
confused about the
handed
tree
down.
cutting.
Pardon me?
I'm still confused about that tree cutting, whether the town's gonna have to do it. But
Well, my understanding was that we were repealing municipal ordinances around tree cutting because we were going with a state standard, which meant that then we could have state foresters just do the job instead of having to hire a
Right.
forester. If
But did you
anybody-
take all of that out? First page.
That was page 4 or something like that. I mean, I'm not seeing anything about that, but if, you know, something Peggy said it was okay.
I think they crossed out right here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's part of it.
Yep.
And this page goes on to that page. Placement. Forming. this is. Okay, on page 31. Oh, timber harvesting repeal. Adoption of option 1 statewide standards. The Bureau of Forestry will administer the regulation of all forestry activities within the municipality.
Okay, good.
What a freaking relief,
Okay,
because,
I didn't see that. What,
fortunately,
is
I
that
just
something
did.
new? Why isn't it
Well, it
underlined?
is, well, it is because in our previous one, the planning board had determined that
Yeah, but
rather
is-
than the statewide standard, which is 40, you could cut up to 40% of trees within the shoreland zone, the town of Hartford had decided to adopt a stricter standard, which was 30% of.
But it's not underlined. I didn't do what Peggy did.
Yeah, well, all I can say is it's repealed.
If this is
If this is, if this is
right, but we
accepted.
need to underline that and whatever else she's not.
In any case, I think it'll be a huge relief, because then the state will send a forester out and manage it, rather than having the town of Hartford be liable to have a forester.
Well, there's a thing with that B about how many trees you can have.
What page are you looking at?
32. Could be at least 12 or more in a 25 by 25 foot square area.
Yeah, see, if you look at at page 32, you'll see there's all kinds of underlined.
Yep.
Sections on cutting of trees. B, selected cutting of trees within the buffer strip is permitted, provided, blah, blah, blah. So there is actually quite a bit of cross out.
Okay, so.
And then they have the table that explains the grading of trees and what constitutes a tree of, what kind of size you have to be.
I'll just underline that. That's new. She didn't underline any of the new stuff, evidently.
Well, when we get to the hazardous trees, storm damaged trees and dead tree removals, got them all online.
It's quite a bit. Of
Yeah, on 37.
O isn't, P isn't.
Mhm.
That's all.
So, do you feel like you need to do that before we can certify this, or should we certify
I'm
it?
circling them, if you wanna vote. I've only found two so far. I'm not gonna change anything, but on page 33, it doesn't match
Okay.
the original. It says. I'm just gonna underline stuff that's new.
Right. So you're talking about O and P?
Yep, but on page 33. Here. This one says 15P 3B, and this, the new one says 15P 2B. I don't know if that's a typo or what. I don't know if they're renumbered. I didn't bother really going over this because
She's worked awful hard on it.
I don't know what 15 is.
Okay. Well, O and, let's see, talking about O and P, so we're probably in 15 anyway, right? I'm assuming so. Yeah, she's killed herself over this. She's so really incredibly hard. Yes, I think it's safe to say we are in 15 because we have the O and the P there.
Natural vegetation.
But I just don't see the number 15.
Me either.
But there's 14, and 14 is over on page.
Oh, 15, land use standards on 14.
Oh, yes, yeah, there you go, page
B.
18, page 18.
Oh, no, P.
Page 18, and then you go to 33 for O and P. Right?
Yeah, I thought it said B. It's P.
So. What are you talking about? 15 P 2 B, A, and B. So 15P2B is here, under selective cutting of trees within the buffer strip is allowed, provided that a well-distributed stand of trees is maintained for the purposes of section 15P2B, a well-distributed stand of trees adjacent to Great Pond classified, yeah, this piece here.
What page?
That is page 32.
Yeah, but you're not looking at the original. The original says 15P3. So I just want to make sure it's not a typo.
Okay.
It's read. Oh, I thought
Come on.
sorry. We have a 3.
15P.
That's over here.
15P.
You lost everybody but Richard, huh?
2. There is no 3. It's got to be a typo. P 1 2.
Okay.
There's no 3. So I would say it's a typo in the original.
Well, 3 is right here.
What's that?
If you keep going.
Make some changes to it.
Right. It's still on P. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Gonna
okay.
make some changes.
So there's 3 in here.
I can ask her.
It's okay.
You can.
I'm
Well, the
doing
question
it.
I have then is, can we certify this tonight and with the understanding that there are a couple of other details to be worked out, or do we need to meet again?
No,
Yeah, no.
I don't have time.
Yeah, I hear you. But, you know, so,
That would be just a typo if it is. And I just need to underline the news
yeah, okay,
sections. I'll go through it.
okay. Okay, so that said, I'm actually not just satisfied with this, but incredibly impressed with the amount of work that Peggy put in on this. I mean, really and truly. There you go. So in any case, I move that we certify the amended shoreline zoning ordinance as proposed. Second. All in favor? Good. Yay. Okay. That's excellent. Well, no, she's gonna pass that over to us. I want.
I know,
one
we
more
gotta
thing.
sign it.
Well, we're gonna sign it. We also need to approve this select board newsletter. And then I can just hand this to Lenny and let her fix it. I mean, never mind the typing. I'll just give it to her with my scribbles. She knows how to read my scribbles. Right, Lenny?
Yes, if you want.
Yeah, I see you were in the room, so just say right.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I told Leanne, don't bother about typing this over. I said, I'm just gonna hand this to you with my scribbles. You can read my scribbles.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good with it. Believe it or not. There you go, Leanne.
As interesting as this is, I'm starving.
Did you want to approve that first or
Uh,
just?
Yeah, so I move that we approve this select board letter as handed to, as amended.
I second it.
All in favor? There we go. Good. Awesome.
I'm gonna email her tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Good, the home so gets to that, because I didn't leave on the house.
Yeah, this is for, this app here is the one for reminders. And you look in here, I've got all these different reminders today. What are the reminders today?
Do you want to adjourn?
Yeah, I move the agenda. And so I'm scheduled these tomorrow. I have my high school, I have to drop off. Okay, in Buckfield. So this is where I put arriving in Buckfield. So when I go by the